Hello everybody, Malakith here and welcome back to the Prussian playthrough for Empire Total War. So we are currently at war with France and Spain. Spain we can't really do too much about itself. They do have a couple of provinces in Italy which we potentially could have done something about, but it means going through a few other states first and they're probably a bit out of reach. However, they do own Brussels, Flanders, which is where we are going to go target them. France, however, are beating a hasty retreat after we've smashed them a couple of times now. I think we actually slaughtered one of their armies. This one's retreated up here. They've pulled back to Paris a little bit. They do still have a good strength army down in Turin, and we can't really get to there easily due to the mountains. So that's kind of going to be their pain in the ass to get to province. Does, if I do take it, it does set me up nicely for doing the Italy states. Though, I mean, you've got Genoa on the left here, Venice on the right, the Italian states, and then of course the ones owned by the Spanish. However, potential issues are our eastern flank is rapidly getting advanced on by the Ottomans. They are kicking the Austrians' ass, quite comfortably in fact, and they're going to have to be a faction we're going to watch closely. So let's have a look at our diplomatic relations with them. We're friendly, and we got a trade agreement. So hopefully that holds together. It would be nice if we got them to very friendly, but not really possible at the moment. We're still looking to build up a naval sort of base up here and then start on a fleet, but money is currently the issue. We've got a lot of army replenishment that we need to kick off, and once things calm down a bit, I think that's going to have to be when we look at doing that. But we're right at the point where we hit end turn and we see what the AI gets up to. He's gone up and sat next to his Spanish allies. I assume they're allies. Technically, they should have broke their alliance when Spain didn't join the initial war, but that doesn't mean they didn't just sort it out again immediately afterwards, or if the AI even follows that rule set. It's entirely possible it doesn't. Alright, here come the Ottomans. Definitely going to need a significant navy to get past some of these powers. Alright, looks like they're comfortable. I know they might be moving on the other Austrian town there. Hey Sweden. No. Actually, they didn't send us a thing last episode, I think because we didn't ever hit end turn last episode. Maybe we did. Maybe they just missed their chance for a go. You ask for a technology for 1,000. Although in this case they did actually put another technology up as well. But I'm not giving them anything. That's the sextant researched. We really don't want seasoning researched, thanks. Fire in advance, go for that. This one, I think it's division of labour. Yep, so that'll be finished next turn, which gives us a lot more wealth, unlocks a whole load of stuff for, I think, exploiting Americas. Probably the Indian continent as well. Coffee and sugar and all those other plantation goodness. Alright, this army to replenish costs more than I've got again. Just the cavalry then. How much was this port? Let's get that going. It's going to take turns to do so. Don't like the way they've combined their forces there. It's got me concerned. They could comfortably march on the Netherlands. Okay, let's do this. You guys hop out. And, I don't know, get out of the way in the forest down here somewhere. You lot, get in there. Bring you down to Cologne. I could combine units, but that you lose veterancy, and I'm not in a rush, so to speak. So I'm more inclined to just let them replenish. Guessing France probably won't want to peace out. Oh, they do. Excellent. That puts the Spanish in a much worse position for next turn. With such a large army in here, can I start taxing them yet? Yes. Good. Which will bring in 8,000. That will significantly help with my replenishment issue. Should also mean the French stop blockading my port, which will get my trade income up, I think. Because they were blockading me up in the northern provinces of mine. Questionable there, Sweden. Questionable. Parking on my borders. Alright, it's division of labour. Let's have a look at the research tree. Do we want separation of power? Or joint stock companies? Joint stock companies sounds pretty interesting, but I'll just leave it as it is, I think. Okay. Let's... How much to replenish you lot? 929, that's nice and cheap. How much to replenish you lot now? 4,000 and something. I think these needed replenishing as well. And they're not in a position where they can be replenished. What about this army? Nope, they're good. What we could do is take the cannon, the cavalry, the higher strength units. If I was to go for there, you go that route. Okay, so there. you come join up. Alright, and then put them under siege. They've recruited in some regular line infantry to go with all their militia. The rest of the guys in here, and then march to Cologne, where they can mostly be replenished. And then these guys, minus the ones that are replenishing, can come and assist. In the battle for Brussels. Fight! Also, I love how some people have to ask what mod I'm using when looking at the top of the screen now is kind of obvious. Also, I'm fairly sure I mentioned it in the first episode and various other places as well. But, of course, people will always still ask. Now then, Cannon, you've got a lovely little hill here. Which will let me get infantry down in the dip in front of them so they can get shot over the top of. And my main battle line will be made up of the new sort of green troops. Who have put on a pretty wide front. Cannons, you're going to hold fire from the initial moments. Alright, we'll set you guys up as a reserve force to move wherever we need to. We'll have cavalry on each flank. Go! Ooh, demi cannons. Crap. Move, move, move! Oh, he just trashed two of my guns. Open fire. Looks like we're going to want you on that flank actually. They've got quite wide force out there. The left flank is also pretty wide. Alright. Close the guns, boys. No time for messing around. Over the barricades, sticking with a pointy end. And once all the gunners have been driven off, we'll retreat back to our firing line. Run. And take this a bit more leisurely paced. Seems most of their infantry's on this end. They got some anti-horse stakes down. I have to keep an eye out for them. There we go. They come into the firing line. Just watch for those cavalry, because they're going to do one of their crazy charges. And I need the units to be in square. Looking like these ones at the moment. Although if they're going to ride along the line, they're going to get shot to crap. These two square. You as well, just to be sure. Yep, you can get out of square. Down this end. Just infantry. They're going for the crazy charge. It's not working out well for them. You guys, flip direction. Cavalry. Come round. What's that? Regiment of horse. Wow, they're piling in the men there. Come on, get in the back of them. You go deal with the regiment of horse. You two, run to that position. Right, the rest of the line is one on the gunfight. Down here, they've just mass charged. Utterly ridiculous, the amount of units they're throwing in. Go on, get in the back of them. How's the cavalry fight going? 112 to 94. We're just about winning. Could be close though. Where was my other cavalry unit down here? That's the musketeers. There. Get in that fight and help out. If this lot rally, I'm going to have an issue. Bring the cavalry from the other flank down. Mass melee fight down here. Look at all the bodies. That was an obscene charge. I'm going to tell the cannon to stop shooting. They're not likely hitting anything useful. Got a couple more units of militia. wheel it round, box them in, blast them down. I think that's everyone running. Yep. I'm not sure who's going to have got the most kills there. The cavalry, I mean, they charged in the rear, but it doesn't mean they got the most kills for it. 10-to-1 ratio, though. Seriously. Stupid militia. No, the line infantry topped it. Got themselves some nice veterancy. Brussels is ours. So, Spain, how are you feeling about this war now? Fair enough. You want your ass kicked a bit more? I'm sure we can oblige. Getting to there will be a problem, given I have no navy. But such is life. Who are Venice allied with at the moment? Venice, Austria, Spain and Genoa. Well, Austria have bigger problems at the moment. Namely these guys on their doorstep. Venice in there is tanking. Send them back. What I will do actually is shift these militia forces up there, because they're probably not needed to. No, they're not keeping Württemberg under control anymore. They're quite happy on their own. But we can get a cheapy garrison in Amsterdam just to keep me taxing the place. I can leave an army possibly in Brussels to counteract Paris. And then look at getting down here somehow. I'm not sure where you can march through. Also, it's Austrian land, so I'd have to come. I can't actually get there. Damn it, Austria. I either have to go through France or wait for Austria to lose their land and, or, you know, get a transit agreement. Blackbeard's finally been killed. Alright, let's end turn. Let's see what happens. France are up to something. I'll be very surprised if there isn't another war with them soon. Prussia. No, Sweden. Go home. Right, the Mughal Empire want a trade agreement, a military alliance. We give them advanced irrigation. They give us the spinning jenny and the flying shuttle. They're allies with Austria and Sweden. They're enemies with the Marathas and pirates. Seems reasonable. Okay. It's going to be a long time before I get down there to try and take the land off them anyway. With my expeditionary force, given what Spain and France are pulling, I can't really afford to send an army all the way over there. With the Ottomans steaming in from the east as well. The Austrian buffer zone falling apart. Agent executed. This man has been apprehended on your soil whilst in the employ of an enemy nation and is believed to have been passing sensitive information back to his superiors. He will not escape justice for his crime. There's our shipyard. Workers in strike in the Netherlands. Get the militia back in town. About U5 in there as well. That sorted it. Alright, let's recruit him some more ponies. And again, looks like he can recruit some good ones from elsewhere. It's just whether how long they'd take to get here. So let's replenish all of them. They can be my anti-France buffer. Looks like you can march down that territory. I just have to get a transit agreement from Austria. So, are you guys all replenished yet? No. Send you to Cologne to pick up those extra troops. Yeah, that one. Upgrade the farms. And go have a look at my new little dock. An upgrade to a dockyard. Lets us get 4th rates. Naval board. What's the naval board get us? Naval shore facilities. Go on then. Suspect that is the... Yep. Naval board unlocks the next set of naval technologies. That's good. We're going to unlock metalled roads in the next turn as well. So that's another range of upgrades I need to go through. Just to allow increased movement speed around my territories. Alright, let's have... Oh, they're still replenishing. Does it say how many turns? No. Hopefully the next turn. Send a rake through there. Oh, hello Venice. Line, Sakers, Demi-Cannon, Cavalry. Pretty reasonable army, to be fair. Really check the diplomacy of the Ottomans, see who they're actually at war with. They don't seem to have advanced on anything recently. Oh, Russia and Sweden are about to have a little fight. The Swedes have got a naval force with an army on it. It's all kicking off up there. was the click noise? What happened? Okay, measuring tools are done. Buried in vitriol. Oh, all the money. Lots and lots of it. Right. Let's recruit some extra men in Munich. To assist Christoph Winkelmann in his adventure against the Venetians. You're coming in here to pick up the men. Bit of replenishment. Gonna throw you down to Strasbourg for the moment. Let you sit in there. Alright, so if I recruit some more militia in here, I can free up the regular troops. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 units of militia. That should let the regulars move on to join in assaults elsewhere. Now we were going to check the Ottomans. They are at war with Austria and Russia, and that might be why they're not attacking the Austrians quite as heavily as I thought they should. Russia are at war with Sweden, the Ottomans, Crimean Khanate and Barbary states. Austria are at war with Spain, France, the Knights of St. John, Dagestan, Crimean Khanate, Barbary states and the Ottoman Empire. You're not really in a position to be doing that, Austria. Wondering if I can trade Breslau for Minsk. One way to find out, I guess. Austria. Regions. Oh. That one. Or what was it called? Silesia. Along with indefinite military access and the sextant. Bingo. So I've got rid of this stupidly overextended eastern flank. Now makes my actual army here the eastern fortification. I've managed to join up the middle of my territories a bit better. If I can get Warsaw off of them somehow on another time, that would be great, but I don't suspect I will because it's a bit more of a major city. But it means I don't have the Ottomans storm in here, capture this and be sat in the middle of my stuff. Well, that was never going to work, was it, Austria? What are you doing? At this rate, I might see if I can buy Warsaw off them. They're a dying faction, so giving them technology is not too much of a problem, although they could obviously gift it on. If I get another 10,000 income, I might try offering that to them. If they need money that bad to fight, they might actually accept it. First European census. Farms constructed. Units recruited. And Julian Schlegel gains Iron Hand. Right. Austria. How would you like to give me Poland? Or oops. Way numbers. 10,000. And improved animal husbandry. Nope. Thought it was a bit of a long shot. Alright, where's that farm we upgraded? Can't get the next one just yet. There it is. Okay, are they replenished? Yes. Are they replenished? Yes. We were recruiting extra militia because they were cheap. I mean, their upkeeps 170 versus the 230 of a line infantryman. Unfortunately, to keep Amsterdam under control, because it was the United Provinces' capital, we do need to do this stupid stuff. I'll wait for... Yeah, I'll definitely wait for the cavalry. Before we try and storm Venice. You know what? I'm going to risk it. Bring 2 armies. The idea being we can then swing into Genoa and maybe then round into France as well. So we're going to be freeing up the regular infantry from here, so they can act as a kind of mini garrison to protect my southern states. But that's all we've got time for this episode, so hopefully you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.